It makes a difference when you're sitting at a table with all grown-ups. And I really enjoyed it. And good luck to the new city council.
Mr. Bremer?
I'd kind of like to encourage the new administration to go back to the original ordinance form of the budget. That way they have 3 separate readings to tweak it and get it right instead of doing it in one resolution at one time. I'd like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's for everybody out there. And I'm going to miss seeing you guys. I mean, this is actually one of the best administrations I've ever sat on. So, and it's going to be kind of weird. I've been in this room over the past 7.5 years coming to meetings here, so I think it'd be kind of a nice new change, though, to see the voting move up there and kind of shove it in the county's face. But yeah. But you know, I don't think I'm done with government anyway, so I might still be coming back. Yeah, I might see you guys again, so I'm not a quitter. I know it's been a great marriage, so it's been a lot of fun, and so have you been a lot of fun serving you, MJ?
Sure.
So, I'm just kind of disappointed that the city did the old out with the old and in with the new thing. That crap doesn't work. I'm sorry, but you know. But I do. I think the new administration. I'll give them. I know it's the last meeting. What the heck? So I think I do wish the best for the new administration, and you know.
Mary Jane, you want to say anything? I want to thank the council for approving my retirement benefits. I appreciate that. So will my mortgage company. It's been quite a ride all these years, so that's all I think that's all I can manage. Tim?
We're kind of ignoring you sitting over here.
Well, it's been fun, guys. The ones of you that are leaving and the 2 that are staying. I've enjoyed this last 2 years. I've served with 4 sets now, 2 sets of mayors, 4 sets of council members, and you guys have progressed a lot. And I'm going to miss MJ. She came on board at the same time I did. She's been a great help to me. Thank all of you. You've made the job pretty easy the last year.
Oh, you're leaving. You're staying.
Well, I hope the new administration makes it easy too.
Yeah.
We're going to start singing Kumbaya. I'm out of
Yeah, that's right. Me too.
We'll save that for Eric.
This was a lot easier this morning when I decided what to say. I have had so many people come up to me in the last couple of weeks and say, what are you going to say at the last meeting, expecting me to fry all the people that haven't agreed with this administration. And quite honestly, that doesn't do any good. So sorry. I think we've done a lot for the city, and I think that it's very easy at times for people to forget how much work is done in this room and how much you put your lives on hold to actually serve the community that you love. We've gotten $3.5 million in grants in 4 years, and most of that came in the last 2 years. $3.5 million came into this small community because people in this administration and on your staff worked their tail ends off to get it. That hasn't happened before in the history of this town, not for that amount of money. We've got this green grant that just got approved that's going to make the auditorium green. It's going to give you new lighting for the parks that's going to be green. It's going to put in on-demand water heaters up at Transit to wash the trolleys with. I mean, it's huge what's going on here. We've got grants out there to try and fix the underground, even though it's really not our responsibility. It's the property owner's responsibility. We're trying to get money to help the community. There's so many things that I think people, you tend to forget about because you tackle the problem and then you move on to the next problem. And it's very easy to forget all this. When I was campaigning, one of the things that I campaigned on was the fact that people fall and break every bone in their body on our sidewalks. And we have finally, just now, gotten to the point to where we got in an ordinance that gives people the ability to fix their sidewalks without having to take out a huge loan at the bank or mortgaging the property to do it, simply because we're trying to help the community and save a few bones in the process. We've repaired part of the infrastructure to the historic loop that's gone undone for years. We finished a sewer plant, and if I remind you guys, when I went in 4 years ago, we went in $1.6 million in the hole on that sewer plant. And because we scrambled, we got the thing finished and up and running. And that's huge accomplishments. We started the Tourism Task Force. We started the Arts Council. And every bit of that, all those little steps along the way, has put us back in front of the state. And they don't ignore us like they did. They were completely ignoring us before. And a lot of that was our own fault. And part of it is because of the way that we act. And, you know, at times we think that it's funny, and if your name's in the newspaper, you know, any kind of publicity is good publicity. Well, that's not true. And if you sit in this chair and you end up having to go down to Little Rock and you listen to it and you watch what they say when we fight amongst ourselves and how ridiculous they think that it is, it's not funny. And it's not funny when you have to defend that. When we tear each other down, you're not winning a battle. You're hurting the entire community. You're not just hurting that one person that you're angry at. You're hurting the whole community itself. And it doesn't do any good to anybody. It puts us backwards. And the only way that we're ever going to progress and keep going further with the city and financially support everybody that's here is to learn that disagreeing's okay, but you got to meet somewhere in the middle, and you've got to keep going forward. And having two divisive sets of people in the communities that's constantly fighting each other isn't doing anybody any good at all. It's hurting our reputation, it's hurting our financial income, and it's hurting our future for our kids. And if there's one thing that comes away from this table tonight, then I hope that we can get through this and try to step up to the adult table and stop some of that stuff. Because I thought 4 years ago when I went in that it would help it, and I don't think it has, because I think that there still is a huge division in this town, and a lot of people look at this table as being a reality TV show. That's not what government's supposed to be about. Government's supposed to be boring. It's supposed to be about taking care of the community. It's not supposed to be about who's getting voted off the island, and isn't that funny? So I hope that it gets better. I'm proud of everything that we've done. I'm proud of what our city employees work very hard to do every day. There's a lot out there that you don't see, and you shouldn't have to, because that is their job. But I just want you to remember that these people, they all put their lives on the line, all the way from sitting in my office all the way down to the guy that's sweeping the streets, or you know, having to stand in a puddle full of sewer water because the main's broken and it's the middle of winter. Stop crying. Stop it. Because you're going to make me cry. You know, and the police, if you think that there is no crime in this city because there's only 2,300 people, will tell the guy that planted the bomb down in Osage that was living in Eureka Springs, or the people that come in and try to stab tourists while they're here. And our fire and our EMS departments and what they do every weekend to take care of the people in this community. If you didn't have them, if you didn't have a finance director that watches every daggum dime that goes through this city, then you'd be right back where we were 4 years ago. And you're very fortunate because you have got a person in that office that is the most honest person I've ever seen. And I hope to God that you appreciate her. You've got a police chief and a fire chief that do their damnedest to make sure that you're protected and you're taken care of. And you're going to have a mayor sitting here that's going to be one of the best mayors the city's ever seen. So you're very lucky. You're very lucky. So it's been a pleasure most of the time. And I think it'll be better. I think it's going to be better.
Hope so.
And I think you've done a fabulous job. Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Aye. Merry Christmas, guys.